We're on. If I can remind council, we just had a request. When you're talking, please hit the mic. They can't hear in the back. Well, here we are, summer. I hope everybody's having a great summer. And saw a commercial the other day, and I'm telling you, it was Christmas in July. I looked, it's like 6 months till Christmas, and then we're in New Year's. I was like, oh, that was that Amazon commercial or something. It was like, oh, we're almost there. So hopefully you have a good rest of the summer. Here we go. We're going to go. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Lawrence Township Council being held on Tuesday, July 18th, 2023, has been provided through the posting of the annual meeting schedule of said council in accordance with Section 13 of the Open Public Meeting Act. Said notice was forwarded to the Trentonian, the Times, and our Ledger on December 11th, 2022. Madam Clerk, when we have the inspiration, please.
May we carry out our work at this meeting in a just, honorable, and sincere manner, always bearing in mind our duties in continuing to keep Lawrence a wonderful community in which to live.
May we have our new officers do the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job. Madam Clerk, when we, roll call, please.
Mr. Bobbitt,
Here.
Mr. Kaneki,
Here.
Ms. McDuff,
Here.
Mr. Powers,
Here.
Mayor Ryan.
Here. Special proclamations, recognitions, and presentations. I think we're going to do, this is the fun part here. The oath of office to our new police officers. Chief, if you don't mind, can you please come up? Come up.
Hello. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Longo. I'm the Chief of Police here in Lawrence Township. Captain Joe Leck, Lieutenant Mike Whitmore, Lieutenant R.J. Laird, Lieutenant Sexton, and Lieutenant Kevin Redding. So thank you all for coming tonight to celebrate our 3 new officers that are being sworn in. They just graduated from the Police Academy last Thursday, the 13th, from Mercer County. So they all did a really nice job, and we're happy to have them here tonight. Thank you all for coming out to celebrate their swearing in. The first officer that I'll read their bios and then we'll have their families come up and they can and we'll swear them in. The first officer is Lydia Moody. She's badge 266. Lydia grew up in Ewing Township. She attended all of her schooling K through 12 in Lawrence Township though, at St. Anne's and Notre Dame High School. She graduated in 2018. She played soccer all 4 years in Notre Dame. She ran track and was involved in the school plays. After graduation, she attended Eastern University in St. David's, Pennsylvania, and played soccer again all 4 years while she was in college. She graduated in May of 2022 with a bachelor's in biochemistry and a bachelor's in biochemistry and a minor in chemistry. She's currently working on her MBA. My glasses are fogging up from the
Same here.
Organizational management. Prior to joining the Lawrence Township Police Department, Lydia was employed by Bristol Myers Squibb as an associate scientist in the biophysics department. A lot smarter than I am. Although she lives in Ewing, Lydia does have a lot of connections to Lawrence. She played travel soccer for Lawrence, and she's also an active member of the St. Anne's Church. Lydia is a certified firefighter. She's been a firefighter in Ewing Township for Prospect Heights for 7 years, and she's supported by her parents, Barb, Jeff, and her brother, Kyle. That's Lydia Moody. Next officer is Tarad McCallum, badge 267. Tarad was born and raised in the city of Trenton, where he lived with his mother and his 4 siblings. He attended Trenton Central High School before transferring to the New Jersey National Guard Youth Academy, where he graduated in 2005. After graduating high school, he attended the Mercer County Community College before starting his military service with the New Jersey Army National Guard as a wheeled vehicle mechanic. In 2010, Tarad transitioned from the New Jersey Army National Guard to active duty with the United States Army and was stationed at Fort Carson, Colorado. Shortly after starting his active duty service, Tarad was deployed to Afghanistan for a year, where he conducted convoy security throughout the country. During his deployment in Afghanistan, Tarad was on multiple missions where his unit was engaged in combat. After his active duty service, Tarad continued his service with the United States Army Reserves for another year and a half after that. While in the Army Reserves, he attended the Pikes Peak Community College and he earned his emergency medical services certification. He's worked as a county and state correctional officer in Colorado and Washington State. Upon moving back to New Jersey, he continued his correction officer career with the Federal Bureau of Prisons at Fort Dix. He lives in Lawrence Township with his wife Marissa and his daughter Riley. He enjoys weightlifting, training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, watching movies, and being outdoors. I asked Tarad to tell me something that he thinks is important for everybody to know, and he said that he's always taken pride in the years that he's been serving and protecting his country, and he looks forward to continuing a career in serving Lawrence Township. This is Tarad. Thomas Rotman, badge 268. Thomas was born and raised in Lawrence Township, where he has deep connections to the community. He attended the Lawrence High School, graduating in 2019. After graduation, Thomas attended Albright College, where he earned a bachelor's degree in criminology, and he played on the rugby team there. We have another also who played for Albright College on the rugby team during the same time. He also was a member of the Boy Scouts of America, earning the prestigious rank of Eagle Scout. Thomas is bilingual. He speaks French fluently. He's a certified lifeguard, emergency dispatcher, and a volunteer fireman with the Lawrenceville Fire Company. Prior to joining the Lawrence Township Police Department, Thomas worked as a Class 1 police officer for the Cedar Police Department. He volunteers as a coach for the Mercer Bulldogs Special Olympics ice hockey team, and he told me that he enjoys having a positive impact on the lives of individuals with disabilities. Thomas enjoys outdoor activities, volunteering and playing ice hockey. He's supported by his parents, his brother, who's a firefighter and EMT out in Colorado, and his girlfriend, Julie. Again, I asked Thomas to tell me something that I should know about him as he's beginning his career with the police department, and he said, and I quote, "I'm deeply honored to have the opportunity to serve my community, a community that has supported my life. This community has shaped me into a dedicated and compassionate person. I'm committed to serving and protecting this community that I love. I'm grateful for the opportunity to give back to a place that has given me so much." Excuse me. Thomas Rock. We're going to swear them in, and then I'll read Elwood's bio. Elwood is the first Class 1 officer that we've had here in Lawrence Township. Class 1 officer is an unarmed officer, but he does have powers of arrest. He can enforce certain statutes and motor vehicle statutes. So for some of the minor stuff that we can have Elwood handle for us, he's a great help to the police department. He's a great help to the community, and he's really been fantastic for us. So I'll read his bio, but we are going to swear Elwood in separately. Elwood grew up in Perth Amboy, New Jersey. He attended Perth Amboy High School. Elwood moved to Burlington County over 17 years ago and is married with 3 children and 5 grandchildren. Elwood brings over 25 years of management experience, which he obtained from management positions that he held at General Motors and the Train Corporation. Elwood came to us as an impact specialist with the Volunteers of America and a certified peer recovery specialist with the Burlington County Prosecutor's Office. Everybody in the state knows Elwood in
Elwood.
peer recovery and drug advocacy. He's really a well-known guy. While working in Lawrence Township for Volunteers of America, he also took the position as a code enforcement officer for Lawrence Township. And for anybody who was wondering who the brush guy is, sorry.
Chief, that's supposed to be.
In May of 2023, Elwood attended the Class 1 Police Academy held in Gloucester County, and he graduated, being again the first SLEO 1 officer that we have here. While working in Lawrence Township, Elwood has continued his work as a recovery coach for Burlington County for programs such as Operating Helping Hands, and in 2022, a program called Straight to Treatment. In the program, he acts as a peer recovery coach, and he works hand in hand with police departments to assist anyone who's seeking recovery. Elwood is, like I said, he has quite a reputation. He was just asked to be on a panel in Asbury Park by the New Jersey Prevention Network Summit to be a panelist there. Elwood is a lot more than a Class 1 officer. He's a lot more for us than the brush enforcement officer. He has a tremendous amount of experience and knowledge in drug advocacy. His network is ridiculous. So he's not just our Class 1 officer, but he's kind of our right-hand guy when it comes to advocacy stuff. So thank you, Elwood. Family's gonna come up. You guys just take a step up. You guys can just stand behind your police officer. Yeah, we're gonna do it all at once. Shoulder, raise your right hand.
You just state your name. All that to go to watch, all right? I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance
That I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and this state,
and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of police officer
of police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Welcome, officers. Chief, I sign it later. We want to sign that, that's up
Another pen so they can sign more than one time. Thank you. 267.
The good news is you're sworn in. The bad news, you have to stay the whole council meeting.
He's kidding, run while you can.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, with who?
Don't worry, we'll blur your
That's why I
face.
had the harmonica. With blues.
With blues, right?
We'll blur your face on the YouTube video so nobody knows who the brush enforcement is.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Mr. Elwood. Everybody. Left hand on the I state your name.
I, Elwood Dasher,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments established
to the government
in the
established
United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform all the duties
and justly perform all the duties
of Class 1 police officer
of Class 1 police officer
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
No, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
We have one more presentation.
Oh, we do, I'm sorry. 5A, we have New Jersey Associations, let me get this on, apologize. New Jersey State Association of Chief of Police Accreditation Presentation. It's Harry J. Delgado, Accreditation Program Drawing.
I just want to make clear that after listening to those bios, I felt completely inadequate. So tremendous quality of applicants that I'd love to have myself. But anyway, so it is so fitting that I'm here tonight to recognize your police department after you just sworn in 3 of your officers, because I want to share with you the significance of the achievement of the Lawrence Township Police Department. To add context to what I'm about to share with you, the Lawrence Township Police Department has actually been through 3 cycles of accreditation. Now, the process is so rigorous that whereas 54% of the agencies in New Jersey, those eligible, have made it, when they go to the first circle, it drops to 35%. When they get to the point that the Lawrence Township Police Department has achieved in terms of 3 cycles in accreditation, they drop to a significant 19%. So that makes them a very, very exclusive, that puts them in a very exclusive group of law enforcement in the state of New Jersey that make that commitment to excellence in policing. So if you indulge me for a couple of minutes, I'd like to share with you the significance of the achievement. So the Lawrence Township Police Department has made a commitment to adhering to best practices at the state and national level in a highly regarded statewide law enforcement accreditation program. This program, administered to the New Jersey State Association of Chiefs of Police and the New Jersey Law Enforcement Accreditation Commission, has helped to transparently demonstrate the professionalism and preparedness of state law enforcement agencies. This program is purposely designed to enhance professionalism and transparency in the state's public safety system. During these uniquely challenging times and the threat to health and safety, encouraging law enforcement agencies to follow standardized practices and policies is potentially life-saving, cost-effective investment of time and resources. Now, accreditation gives an agency a preparedness plan and a verification of excellence. It represents a significant professional achievement. Accreditation is a process in the state of New Jersey. You have to adhere to the foundation like in the adoption of 112 standards containing a clear statement of professional objectives. Many of those 112 standards require multiple proofs of compliance. It is a progressive and time-proven way of helping law enforcement agencies calculate and improve their overall performances. It is a certification by an independent authority that the accredited agency was carefully measured against an established set of state and national standards and has met, and in the case of the Lawrence Township Police Department, in many instances exceeded established set of state and national standards. Accreditation provides objective evidence of an agency's commitment to excellence in leadership, resource management, and service delivery. And it also embodies the precepts of community-oriented policing. It creates a forum in which police and citizens work together to prevent and control challenges confronting law enforcement and provide clear direction about their community expectations. Now, government officials can be more confident in the agency's ability to work efficiently and meet community needs. And officers and accredited agencies, as I see many here tonight, I can take pride that they have been measured against the highest standards in law enforcement today. And I should say, because typically the residents ask me what's in it for me. When an agency is accredited and belongs to a GIF, just like you do, you stand to receive some discounts, hopefully. But besides those, in closing, I wanted to mention, there's a report generated after the 3 years. It takes 3 years for you to get accredited. That comes to me, I review, and I send to the commission with a recommendation if that's the case, as it was the case of Lawrence Township Police Department. And I must say that I was very impressed in the way that the chief addresses issues, straightforward, without hesitation. And there were some items in there that I wanted to mention, but I'll be very simply just to say and paraphrase out of what I read. Under the leadership of Chief Christopher Longo, the Lawrence Township Police Department demonstrates a high level of competence, leadership, and professionalism. The agency is currently effectively addressing the areas of recruitment and staffing, property and records management, training and technology, as well as social media. Very progressive police department. Therefore, the New Jersey State Association of Chiefs of Police and New Jersey Law Enforcement Commission congratulate Chief Christopher Longo, Accreditation Manager Lieutenant Michael Whitmore, the members of the Lawrence Township Police Department, the mayor, the council, and those citizens that they so proudly serve for achieving their third reaccreditation, joining a very exclusive group of law enforcement agencies that have made this commitment to excellence in policing. So to all of you, congratulations. That'd be this is when you get to clap.
Good job.
This point not working.
Great job. Thank you, sir.
And I recognize Mike in public before, but Mike was our accreditation manager. He did a tremendous amount of work for the accreditation. There's nothing easy about it. It's a tremendous amount of work. So thank you, Mike, and the officers and everybody who contributed to make the reaccreditation process happen. So thanks.
Go ahead.
Henry mentioned 112 standards, and that generated actually over 500 proofs that was needed to match those standards. And those 3 years of data, I love stats, so this is my thing here. So that last assessment, we handled 88,121 calls for service. The department wrote 8,734 reports and arrested 1,580 suspects. So it's a lot of work in 3 years, and we've done it 3 times. So it's and I can't take credit for it all, but I appreciate the opportunity to be the accreditation manager. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Chief, we'd like to thank you and on behalf of the council. What a great job, you and your command staff, all your officers, top notch. Doing a fabulous job. Keep up the work. Just amazing, the work that you do. We really appreciate it. And honest, you don't have to stay. So if you want to come up, take pictures before we start with the logo.
Yeah, we're gonna go out front.
You want to do it? Absolutely. All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the officers.
Congratulations. Starting out a meeting when we get to do.
It's fun stuff,
things
isn't
like
it?
that. Nice,
It's good. It's nice to start it off.
yeah,
with something happy and like this.
yeah, exactly.
New officers do.
Accreditation, man.
That is
That's
real
tough.
good.
I can't believe Mike had to keep all that data
Mike is
together.
good on that stuff. He loves that stuff. He's a good guy. Really good guy.
Front row opened up.
Down in front, lady.
I got an extra set of hearing aids at home if you need them. Kathy, did you hear me? I have an extra set of hearing aids at home if you need them.
Mr. Mayor, before we begin, can I make just a brief comment?
Yes, sir.
Just for the record, I want everyone, you guys to understand that those officers that were just sworn in represent 23 new officers since 2019. And we have 2 more that are in the academy, which will make 25. So our police department is trying hard to keep pace with retirements. But we're also being extremely selective in the process. And just like Director Delgado indicated, when you hear their bios, this group, the past 2 groups, top-notch police officers. And honestly, this community, we need that because we are becoming a younger police force. And I think it's important to have a strong command staff, which we do have, and to see all the other police officers here supporting this whole process makes me feel good as a director of public safety. And Mayor, your comments as well received and well placed, and we keep moving forward because we still have a ways to go to get us to where we want to be.
Thank you, sir. And I think that the officers also choose in Lawrence because there's Trenton, Ewing, they're all fighting over officers, knowing that this is the place.
And I'm going to give a lot of credit to Chief Longo
They are,
and
yeah,
his leadership. And he is a destination place for young officers, and he's good to work with every day.
thank you. All right. Ms. Kay, can you hear us back there? All right, I'm just asking. Thank you so much. All right, this is great. Public participation. Anyone for public participation, 5 minutes? Seeing none public participation or hearing anything, we are going to close public. We're going to move on to review and revision of the agenda. 7, none on that. This could be a record. 8A, motion for 8A.
Mayor, I move the regular meeting minutes of March 7, 2023.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes,
Ms. McDuff,
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes. 9A, please.
Mayor, move number 204, authorizing awarding bid number 23-01, 2023 road improvement program.
Second.
This is just a part of our annual road improvement program, identifying several roads on our schedule and also on an as-needed basis to be improved this year.
Is there any public participation on this? Seeing or hearing none, Madam Clerk, may we have roll call?
Mr. Bobbitt.
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki.
yes,
Ms. McDuff.
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes. Can I get a motion for 9B, please?
Mayor, move number 230, authorizing a contract for replacement and repairs to guide rails at various locations.
Second.
We are responsible for the maintenance of our local roads, and included in that are guardrails that are placed throughout our community. We've identified some that require repair and maintenance, and this contract satisfies that.
Is there any public participation for that? Seeing none or hearing none, Madam Clerk?
Mr. Bobbitt.
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki.
yes,
Ms. McDuff.
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes. Can I get a motion for 9C, please?
Mayor, move number 233, authorizing award bid number 23-08, 2023 concrete improvement program.
Second.
This is a part of our annual concrete improvement program. Throughout the community, Public Works Department, municipal engineer identifies certain areas that require specialty work by a concrete contractor to do the repair and maintenance work.
Is there any public participation for this? Seeing or hearing none, Madam Clerk, please?
Mr. Bobbitt.
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki.
yes,
Ms. McDuff.
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes. Can I get a motion for 9D, please?
Mayor, move number 234, authorizing rejection of bid number 23-10 Colonial Lake Trail improvements.
Second. Well, we're trying to move forward with the, in a segmented way in improving Colonial Lake Park. We had put out to bid for certain work. The bids that we received, the lowest responsible bidder put in for significantly more than our municipal engineers had estimated. And so we would like another opportunity to rebid the project.
Is there any public participation for this? Seeing none or hearing none, Madam Clerk, please?
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kaneki?
Yes.
Ms. McDuff?
Yes.
Mr. Powers?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes. Can I get a motion for 10A, please?
Mayor, move 10A, ordinance number 2455-23, ordinance authorizing the private sale of certain lands in the Township of Lawrence, County of Mercer, not needed for public use, Alcazar Avenue, Block 2306, Lot 10.01.
Second.
This was actually the subject of a prior introduction ordinance with the transaction failing. It's been renewed. This is a part of a program where we have lots owned by the township that are not deemed necessary for public use, and we offer them for sale. Usually, they are purchased by adjacent lot owners to either just increase their lot size, and this is one of those situations.
Madam Clerk, please?
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kaneki?
Yes.
Ms. McDuff?
Yes.
Mr. Powers?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes. Motion for 10B, please.
Mayor, move 10B, ordinance number 2456-23, and ordinance amending ordinance number 2446-23, salary ordinance of the Township of Lawrence, unclassified and/or exempt seasonal emergency non-union.
Second.
Madam Clerk, please.
That's okay. I think
My apologies.
that's okay. It's actually a little bit more significant, so normally I would just shut up and let you guys do
No,
it.
no, no,
But,
do your thing.
Put on the record.
My apologies.
This is as a result of Peter Kiriakis' review of our salary steps and guides, and in conjunction with our efforts to successor plan, we felt it necessary to revise, add, delete, and modify certain positions. We've also provided for 2 positions that for the police department for civilians as a part of our policy to return police officers to police work and fill some of the administrative roles with civilians. And there's 2 positions within these changes that include that. And this is just something that we think is necessary. Also, the other additional thing is a records management position, which is the Oprah-related position for the police department, which is funded by a stipend and not a
Do
salary.
we have an open?
We do not have a designated Oprah person, other than we have someone that had worked in the police department that now Jen is over in the zoning department, but is retaining the Oprah work because she's experienced in it and she'll be compensated through a
So
stipend.
she's doing a stipend?
Yeah.
Good, okay.
I mean, listen, Oprah's getting crazy, so we're trying to hold on without having to hire, full-time employees that says dedicated to that. And that day may come sooner rather than later, but at this point in time, I think we're okay. As Tanya stares me down and says, we're not okay, but we're doing all right.
Now, let me get back on track. Madam Clerk.
Staff, that's what I have to say. Okay. Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kaneki?
Yes.
Ms. McDuff?
Yes.
Mr. Powers?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes. Can I get a motion for 11A, please?
Mayor, move 11A, ordinance number 2451-23, ordinance amending ordinance 2228-16 by the Township of Lawrence, County of Mercer, State of New Jersey, in order to revise the description of the improvement herein, acquisition of various computer and office equipment and to include security upgrades.
Second.
11A through 11D are all items that have been on our agenda previously. I've commented on them, provided you with written communications with regard to them. And unless there are any other questions, I will submit it to them.
Is there any public participation for this? Seeing none or hearing none, Madam Clerk, please?
Mr. Bobbitt?
Yes.
Mr. Kaneki?
Yes.
Ms. McDuff?
Yes.
Mr. Powers?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes. Can I get a motion for 11B, please?
Mayor, move 10B, ordinance number 2452-23, bond ordinance amending bond ordinance 2258-17 by the Township of Lawrence County, Mercer State of New Jersey, in order to revise the description of the improvement herein, improvements to the police break room.
Second.
So I submit,
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Unless you guys have questions.
Is there any public participation for this? Seeing none or hearing none, we're going to, Madam Clerk, may we have the vote?
Mr. Bobbitt,
Roll call?
Yes.
Mr. Kaneki,
Yes.
Ms. McDuff,
Yes.
Mr. Powers,
Yes.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes. Can I get a motion for 11C, please, Mr.?
Mayor, move 11C, ordinance number 2453-23, ordinance amending ordinance 2449-23 by the Township of Lawrence County, Mercer State of New Jersey, in order to revise the description of the improvement herein, improvements to the police break room.
Second.
Just going to move right on, right? You good on?
Submit, yep.
Yep, okay. Public participation for this? Again, seeing none, hearing none, Madam Clerk, please?
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kaneki,
Yes.
Ms. McDuff,
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes. Can I get a motion for 11D, please?
Mayor, move 11D, ordinance number 2454-23, ordinance amending ordinance 2361-20 by the Township of Lawrence County, Mercer State of New Jersey, in order to revise the description of the improvement herein, improvements to the Ann Demery Nature Center furnishings.
Second.
We're
Submit.
good. Any public participation for this? Seeing none, hearing none, we're going to Madam Clerk?
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kaneki,
Yes.
Ms. McDuff,
Yes.
Mr. Powers,
Yes.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes. And we're going to move on to the manager's report.
Most of my items involve conversations in closed sessions. They involve negotiations and things like that. The one thing I do want to discuss is the issue relating to the parcel of land adjacent to Trenton Block, a landscape that was the discussion of potentially putting it and preserving it from development. And we were asked last meeting to do some research and get some more information. I provided you all with an email late in the day, and I apologize for that because I was waiting for,
Yes, I was going to bring that up.
yeah, late in the day. We're dealing with a lot of issues in town, and this is just one that just caught me.
Thank you.
And I was actually waiting for a phone call that I had with Jay Watson, who was a former director of DNR Canal, who's now executive director for some foundation, conservation foundation. He's a guy that I consider to be somebody that I look up to in terms of open space, and he was able to confirm some things with me. And so I thought the email kind of sets the tone of where we are. I know Councilperson McDuff wanted to find out if there was any other means in order to encumber the property short of, the step of putting it in a ROSI in terms of resolution or ordinance. And I discussed that with Mr. Roscoe, who can jump in at any time. And the resolution only binds this present governing body from taking action, and you all seem to be on the same page with regard to that. The other aspect that is on the table, and I think is a good course of action, is the fact that we are undergoing our master plan review. We are first doing a two-step process, which would be a reexamination report, which complies with the law with regard to our 10-year review. And then we're also going to do a more substantial revision of our master plan. However, the reexamined report can include identifying this parcel of land as the subject of an open space investigation and discussion that could flow right into the master plan discussions and have that area be designated as preserved open space. And so that's one way to go. The information that Mr. Parvis, our municipal engineer, provided to me that I shared with you indicated that it's unusual to put land into the ROSI that you already own and that was not purchased with NJDEP or Green Acres funding. And that the opportunity to include something in our ROSI would occur at the time that we acquire other land using public funds, which may happen, it will be the subject of a discussion that we have in closed session. So there is an opportunity, once we acquire other land with public funds, to include that into our recreation and open space inventory. With that being said, my conversation with Mr. Watson led me to believe that we should, if the majority of council so directs me, to contact Green Acres Program and to determine if that is necessary to do it. Since we've owned this land for more than 40 years, we have not utilized it for any other purpose except for it's just preserved land that could gain access to the canal portion and may be deemed actually a part of our Rossi by default, and could be included in without the acquisition of other land and other. So there's a little bit more work for me to do to make that inquiry, to tell you guys that. But so those are our options, Dave. We spoke on the phone about it. If I'm missing something, please jump in. If not, the one thing that I do owe you is, once I am able to speak with Green Acres to determine that set fact pattern, because this is not normal. This is not something that towns do. They don't normally take land that they've owned and purchased without funding and put it in, which is fine, because if you identify it as land to be preserved, and it's unfunded, these are the avenues that we have in front of us. So I know you can't make a decision now. I'd like to just be able to satisfy that last prong to tell you that we're either able to do it immediately because it's a part of our Rossi by default, but needs to just be named because that's how we've been acting all along, or we do it through our master plan, or we do it if and when we acquire additional lands.
Mr.
I
Mayor?
feel like I just answered a law school question.
Mayor?
ahead. Yes.
So I'm not sure if this is gonna be for the attorney or for our manager. I just wanted to clarify. So you're going to speak to Green Acres about putting the property into Green Acres or about the Rossi aspect?
I'm going to speak to Green Acres about the process to include this lot into our recreation and open space inventory.
Okay, not.
Without having to have it reopened by the acquisition of another piece of land.
Gotcha. Okay, so not the Rossi. Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just had a question. Can the Jim Parisi research how we did the Johnson Avenue piece? That was township owned land that was put into Green Acres, and whether or not it's a Rossi or.
Do you know how long ago that was?
Gosh, that was 30 years.
It was probably early 2000s.
The answer is yeah, I will absolutely have him identify that.
Well, it would be on the deed too, so.
Yeah.
You see how it is on the deed.
Just so you understand, the research, what I forward you is his research on it, in terms of it's his understanding that our opportunity presents itself when we go to acquire open space using Green Acres funding for it.
Okay.
Then like the door opens and we could say, we would like to include this other.
They might have done
parcel.
that. It sounds like that's. What they did.
But Dave, what I don't know, and if you could shed some light onto this, is the whole swapping of land and when that comes into play.
You know, once you do this, it is so hard to unwind this. You have to go to the State House Commission, it becomes a big stramons. Towns that acquire property without Green Acres help, don't do this. It's something you have to trade. I mean, I would probably get more in detail in a closed session, but the idea here is Lavender Farm is out there. It's something we're considering. Should you move forward with that and the state is reluctant to provide a tremendous amount of funding, we have a carrot that might incentivize them and say, oh, and you'll add this property along the canal, which, you know, is a real benefit. So to preserve it right now before we know if we can use it to our advantage in some other setting, I think it's a little premature.
And when
let Kevin get you the answers to these questions. I mean, you want to pass a resolution saying, you know, we're going to preserve this property, you could do that. But remember, that binds this council, doesn't bind future councils.
Jake, when you say use it, are you talking in terms of, not developing it?
No. I'm talking about preserving it in perpetuity, but
Right.
giving it to the state as additional enhancement for funding.
Mhm.
So that they say, well, this property, is,
Yeah, I just wanted that to be clear on the record.
no
Use it
no
for sale.
development, no.
Use it as.
I don't
Open space
mean
for some-
that the property should be developed in any way. It's gonna be preserved as open space.
So, Mr. Mayor, may I?
Yes,
So I
please.
just want to clarify, so we have three options, which is put it into Green Acres, leave it alone, do nothing, since this council wants to do
Maybe
nothing with it,
resolution.
and in theory, knock on wood, come November, there will be at least three, although we have a candidate in the audience who, for council as well, at least three members, as long as our mayor is reelected, to have a majority going forward, at least for the next few years, to say we're doing nothing. We can put it in Green Acres, we can do nothing, or we can do a Rossi, but the Rossi only binds us.
Correct.
That's kind of our three. Do nothing, do a Rossi/resolution, or Green
Green
Acres, right? Those are our three?
No, four.
I think there's four.
What was the fourth?
Master plan,
The master plan, sorry, the
We
master
could
plan,
do
there
open
we go.
space,
Changing-
and that
I knew
would
I was
make it a
missing
challenge
one.
as well.
changing a zone to an open space zone.
No, I just want to make sure we had our
Which is
our four.
actually something on a timely basis.
Yeah, no, because we're
Will
coming
work.
up on our
Right.
review. Yeah, okay, I just want to clarify that I understood all of our options. Thank you.
The further complicated, Mayor, could we have it as part of the reexamination report before the master?
Well, so, like we discussed on the phone today, we can identify that as an issue in the reexamination report to direct in the master plan full review. There's no way to accomplish that element within the time frame in which we have to have the reexamination report, which is by the end of calendar year 2023. But we can certainly say, this is something that we identify and that we want the master plan review to include.
Thanks, Mayor.
I just think that we've been going at it over a year now, and I don't think we want to rush it. We want to get it right on it. So, I mean, there's to say, let's do it this right now. Yes, Green Acres, let's do it now. I think we have our options. Let's talk about it. Let's not rush into it. They're not doing anything right now. We have the property. I mean, that's my opinion right now.
I agree, Mr. Mayor, which is what I was trying to say before, and I apologize. It's quite a long day at work today, so I might not have been clear in that, at least until the next election, we know this council has expressed not wanting to do anything in terms of developing it. And then so long as you are reelected, which I have hope and faith in you, we will have Councilman Kanaki, Councilman Baba, and yourself to know that we at least have three folks on the council going forward who won't want to, develop it either. So I think we have some time to make sure that we're doing it in a way that's advantageous to the town and protecting the interests of the community and the neighbors as well.
Absolutely. Let's get it right on that. So any other?
I have nothing further.
Good. Mr. Roscoe's attorney's report.
I'll save my comments for closed session, Mayor.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you have the floor.
Okay. Well, it's been 1 year since you guys were so gracious to appoint me as your clerk. And I would be remiss in not thanking you for your support and for your confidence in me. I also would like to thank my staff because they are great. So that's it.
We had a fish fry, Edgar's Crossing, and it wasn't, I guess it was about Wednesday. We asked for a proclamation for Senator Turner and Mrs. Holmes
For Saturday.
for Saturday
Short
and on a
notice.
Wednesday. And it came out, it was done, it was signed. It was presented to the senator and Mrs. Holmes, and it was passed around the table from Assemblyman Borelli to Carolina.
Reynolds Jackson.
Yes, and they just said, I can't believe how beautiful this is. It was amazing. And Senator Turner's like, look at this. And Ms. Holmes too. They were amazing, the proclamation. It was just done perfect. So we really appreciate all your hard
I
work.
have to thank Nicole in my office.
It's teamwork.
We had a double agenda. We had a lot going on.
Yeah,
this
the
week.
book's coming out.
With her, we had a mock election, so She was just great. And like I said, my staff is phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you again. All right, we're gonna continue unfinished business, none, new business, none. Public participation, 3 minutes. Please come up, state your name and your address, please, for the record. You look so familiar. Were you, Chief,
Looks familiar.
on the wall? The numbers?
Soon enough.
Post office?
Hopefully not. I think I would rather the numbers than the office, but, Sylvia Kovas, 1547 Ohio Avenue. Congratulations on the brand new officers. Just a personal note, I know Lydia Moody from St. Anne's School. My daughter attended that school. She's a little younger than Lydia, but Lydia's great. Just a couple of notes. Thank you for taking the lots next to Trenton Black seriously and trying to preserve them in the proper way. I hope it goes through, and I feel personally that this neighborhood, Colonial Heights, have been a little bit neglected. With the Trenton Block being, using the property as it is, expanding into the township lots and all that, and using the street as their private loading dock continuously, we feel like we really need some preservation there. We need some peace and quiet there. And I'm afraid that at some point, maybe not this council, but next council might want to sell it off again, and we might end up with a warehouse there. And we just believe that this neighborhood is a very special one for families who can't afford North Lawrence. That's a very nice neighborhood for startup families and all that. So I appreciate you trying to preserve that neighborhood. Also, a couple of notes. The tree on the Whitehead Circle roundabout is dead now. The fall has come to the Whitehead Circle. Those leaves are completely dry. And so as the beautification is coming along very nicely, and we appreciate all the trees and all that, that tree is gone. Also, a lot of people complain about how people navigate that circle. I think a better signs with the road names, which lanes go where, that would help a lot. Because there are just a couple tiny little ones on the right-hand side. There's a 2-lane road, as we all know, and it's only a couple of signs right in front of the circle. And I don't think people have enough time to navigate changing from right lane on the circle to the left lane to exit for Whitehead. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, and have a good night.
Thank you, Miss Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Thank you for holding our feet to the fire. I know you'd like to move it a little quicker, but we like to get things right,
It's fine.
then have to
It's just
redo it.
been a year.
But we're getting there.
Actually, today is 1 year from the planning board meeting. So just
Things move a little slower, but we
No,
want to
it's
get
fine.
it right.
It's fine.
Bonnie, thank you so much,
We
though.
appreciate all your hard work.
Thank you. Is there anyone else for public participation? Please come up and state your name. You'll have to come into the center, sir. And your address for the record.
Joseph M. Lenarski, 64 Phillips Avenue, Lawrenceville, New Jersey, 08648, current president of the Lawrenceville Fire Company. Bring greetings from the officers and members of the fire company to mayor, council, and township professionals. I rise before you this evening to bring a word of thanks. It's so important to bring this to you, to actually identify some members of your municipal team. Under the leadership of Manager Nowinski, Public Works Director Greg Whitehead, Public Works Foreman Joe Selinsky, and technicians Bob Patterson, Tom Callahan, Sandy Caraccio, and especially Bob Patterson. Just like to say thank you for the efforts that those guys have put in to help me personally as the president. One of the tasks is to maintain that aging infrastructure and support of the Lawrenceville Fire Station and property. I can't thank you enough for the efforts that they show daily, that they show the workmanship, the attention to detail, and doing the job right. It's much appreciated. It's so important to bring those thanks to you and to identify as the leaders of the township what staff members are doing, and we're working together. As one of your public safety personnel partners, we welcome that support, and hopefully it'll continue to come. Also, another word of thanks to recent activities that you had. Can't thank you enough about the Memorial Day Parade and picking a person as the Grand Marshal, Captain Paul Tweedley, retired Trent Fire Department, as your Grand Marshal, and also the recent fireworks that had gone by as a member of the safety team that was out there just standing by on the periphery and watching how the operations went and how the things went. It was a feather in the cap of Lawrence Township for those two events. Again, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Wojnarowski. And thank you for all you do. Is there anyone else for public participation? Seeing none or hearing none, we're going to close that and move on. Can I get a motion for 18A?
Mayor, unless there's an objection, I'll move 18A1 through 18H8 in a block.
Second.
Madam Clerk, I'm sorry.
Mr. Bobbitt,
Yes.
Mr. Kanaki,
Yes.
Ms. McDuff,
Yes.
Mr. Powers.
Yes.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes. Council initiatives and liaison report, none, written communications, and we are going to have an executive session on that. So we appreciate everyone coming out, and again, thank you to Chief and Command staff. Wonderful job tonight. It's good seeing everyone, and congratulations on the new officers. Wait, let me get my glasses on. Hold on, I need long distance. Mr. Oakley, I didn't see you. Nice seeing you. Thank you all for coming out, and we will see you our next August 15th.
Good night. Bye, Donna.
Good night,
Good night.
Don.
Good night, Donna. You want to go to closed session?
Need a motion to go into closed session.
Can I get a motion to go into closed session, please?
Mayor, move to go into closed session for land acquisition, labor negotiations, contract negotiations, and personnel matters. Second.
That is the hour.